Okay, we are back here for part 2 with this B.B.King tutorial that I started a couple of days ago. If you've not seen part 1, I'll put a link in the description below, and we're going through Nobody Loves Me But My Mother, just the intro. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the whole intro to begin with, and then we'll follow on from where we finished in the first part of this lesson. Okay, so the first part of the tutorial we did the 1 chord to the 4 chord and back to, we need to go back to the 4. So there's the lick we're starting from today. Okay, so this is outlining the 4 chord. So you can think of our D7 off the 10th fret, and if you look at your D7 arpeggio, D7, there you go. So the top half of the arpeggio, if you started on the 3rd, you've got 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root. So the A note, our tonic, has now become the 5th because we're on the 4 chord. The flat 7 is the minor 3rd of the tonic. So that minor 3rd in A is the flat 7 of the 4 chord. That's something you need to remember. The major 3rd is the 6th. Now it becomes the 3rd of our chord. And then we've got the root on the high E on the 10th fret. And the lick, 5 to the flat 7, and then to the root, and then the only note, them are the notes it uses for the lick. And then it finishes with major 3rd and the 5th, the double stop. So you're just playing notes out of that arpeggio. Let's listen to B do it. Cool. Next lick. So staying in the same position, still on the 4 chord. I'm going to do this really slowly. What BB does, he does a whole step bend off the 10th fret. He pushes up the D note right up to the E. The E is our 9 of a D9. And he's pushing that up with his first finger. And this is something B.B.King would do a lot. It's really difficult. You know, it's going to take a lot of practice. The workaround is what you can do once you've grabbed that 10, so we're going to go 5, then 10th fret, sorry, 12th fret up to the 13th, which is the flat 7 again. So we're going 5, flat 7 again. Then we're grabbing the root, which is our D. Then straight away you can come back and you can push up that note with your 3rd finger. And then come back, grab the root again with your 1st finger. Flat 7 back to the 5. That's a workaround if you can't push it up with your 1st finger. difficult with your first finger. And then what he does, comes down the D major triad and then pushes up the 12th fret a whole step, which achieves our major third of the 1 chord, and that's when the band go back to the 1. Next lick. So he just flies down that minor pentatonic. So after this lick, after we've hit that major third, we're going to go straight into a rake into that root, and then we'll climb up the minor pentatonic, flat 7, 5, 4 to the minor third. So that's just straight down the minor pentatonic, and then when we get to the root, we're going to play the note adjacent to it back to the G string, and then we're going to push up the minor third into the major third. And then when we've played that major third, back up the scale, root, flat 7, and again pulling down on the minor third, going into that major third. That's a great lick. B.B. does a lot of that. He did it in the intro when we went to the very first lick. Comes back up the minor pentatonic. It's a good place to do a minor pentatonic run just before you go to the 5 chord. And it's always good to get that major third in it as well. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over the 5 chord and a couple of additional alternative licks in another lesson, because you know, I want to keep these sort of lessons to a minimum, and the next one might be quite lengthy as well. So I'm going to do a part 3 to this. So to get this middle section down. Time. Let's watch B do these licks. My video's going a bit funny there. Okay, what I'll do, so I'm going to put together another video and we'll do a separate one going to the 5 chord, then turning around and finishing it off. Cheers.